What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. It is a very hot day here in Cape Coral, Florida. Kids and my wife are at Sunsplash playing in the water. I'm stuck home because my leg needs surgery on the 15th, so can't go in the water. Can't be put weight on that leg. I got my little booty on. A little boot. There it is. But I'm playing with snakes all day, so it's not that bad, right? Today I wanted to just go over this topic that I think a lot of people are confused about. I was, until my good friend Slav Schwartz helped me out. And you guys probably know Slav from all the Facebook message boards there. He runs a lot of the groups on there. And he's very, very, very smart and very educated and astute observer of boas, that's for sure. It's funny, before I moved, I was on Long Island my whole life. Found out he lived 2 blocks from me. I went to his house once. And then I moved. So we could have had a great friendship. But obviously I'm in Florida now. He's up in New York still. Oh, there's Jedi. Say hi, Jed. There he is, joining the party. Anyway, Slav kind of helped me out a little bit because I was having some trouble IDing some stuff, and he reached out, and that's the kind of guy he is. And he showed me a little trick on how to ID jungle boas. And it's, you know, there's a lot of different things that people talk about. Everyone, if you ask a lot of breeders, they're like, well, it just changes pattern. It can change color. It does this. Very, very nondescript ways of identifying. And I'm not saying all boa breeds are like that. The ones I've talked to, no one was able to give me a definitive way to identify these things. And I'm a science guy. I like to have a set of rules to follow. So I was kind of just guessing in the dark. Now I know for sure. Slav showed me that there's a lateral line along the side of jungles. A lot of times it's not solid. It's just like a dotted line of pigmentation, essentially. It could be dark pigment. In albinos, it could be, you know, red pigment. In crystals, it could be pink. But there's a line that runs along the side of these jungles. If you have jungle in your snake, you'll see that line. If it's not there, it's probably not jungle. It's a pretty definitive identifying cue. Now we're going to go into my snake room. I'm going to show you a bunch of different snakes with who exhibit this line so that you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Look, I hope it helps you. There's no definitives in this world, but I think this is a pretty good way, 99 times out of 100, of IDing a jungle gene in your snake and knowing it's in there. Now there's other ways to do it too, but this seems to be the one thing that's always there. And I think that's the most important thing. To find one defining factor that doesn't have to do with what other genes are in there, that's always going to be present. It seems like this is it. Even in super labbies, which are blue-eyed leucistics, we see it. I don't know if we probably wouldn't see it in a super fire. That remains to be seen, but I think every other gene combination you would see it in. So let's go into that snake room and take a look. All right, now this is a pretty nice size motley jungle double head VPIT positive snow, and you can see that lateral line there. So we know this is jungle. Motley jungles kind of have a certain look with the striped tail that you can kind of pick out, but this one definitely, you know, if you want to verify it, you look at that side area, and there's your confirmation. Here's another beautiful motley jungle double het VPI snow, and you can see the line right there, that little dotted line along the side. This is a beautiful female. I'm actually thinking about keeping her. I have her for sale right now. She's gorgeous, this girl. Really, really nice. Great coloration. Beautiful, beautiful. It's funny, she's not a visual VPIT positive, but she's stunning regardless. Here's another beautiful motley jungle. You can see the lines. Those dotted lines running right along here. There's your jungle confirmation. Once again, motley jungle is pretty easy to pick out. That nice striped tail and the circles for the motley. But there's another confirmation view. Here's a beautiful, beautiful labyrinth. It's also jungle. You can see that dotted lateral line along this ventral portion, side portion of the snake. Yeah, nice head spear. It's definitely a jungle head spear. And if we look at the, back, I don't want to get bigger. We look at the tail saddles, they're outlined in black. That's also pretty junglish. I'm not sure about the hypo aspect of this snake. You know, jungle lightens and also intensifies, you know, the dark, you know, outlining. There is a lot of darkness here, but it is kind of also, you know, I see some reds. I would call this just labby jungle, probably. Beautiful, beautiful snake. Not happy with me right now, though. Here's a beautiful jungle motley. Double head VPIG positive tannery, or VPI snow. You can see the dotted lateral line here. You can also see the circles of the striped tail. That's pretty indicative of jungle as well when they're together. But that lateral line, that's what I want to show you guys, that lateral line. This little boy's not too happy. It's okay. Distract him a little bit back here so we can take a look at his side of his body. See that? It doesn't have to even be a straight line. It's just to be a dotted little line. That's your jungle line right there. Here's a nice motley hypo jungle. Once again, you can see that nice little dotted lines here on the lateral aspect. Funny, originally I didn't think this was jungle because I didn't see such a crazy striped tail, but I mean, it does have a striped tail, but they're all so different. Jungles are all different. They all have different expression levels, and you know, you can see that this has definitely got that dotted line here. There's no doubt about this being jungle. Now this girl is a little more difficult to ID. She's very, very light. She only has one copy of the hypo gene, but as far as I know, but she's really, really light. She's got the crazy striping. So this is, you know, jungle, motley, hypo, but you don't really see a lot of jungle, but you can see just a faint, faint line. And I think because she's got that hypo gene, it's just kind of erasing a lot of what's going on. And she's so light looking. She's so nice, but she has enough, and she's got that totally striped tail, which is really, you know, pretty indicative of motley jungle. So this girl I'm actually gonna wind up keeping, I think, because she's so beautiful. I love her so much. She's just getting better and better with age. She's so light. She's from that Frank Martin White Walker line too, so she's gonna be when she goes visual, you know, her babies go visual, we're gonna get some incredible babies from her, I think. I don't even really care about the annery aspect of it. I know a lot of people like VPI snows. I just want the VPI out of her. I mean, with the jungle and the motley in there, beautiful. She's got great coloring. Yeah, there is a polygenic, a line bred aspect to these boas that some of them just look nicer, you know. And right now she's listed. I mean, I guess if someone buys her in the next, you know, week or so, I'll sell her. But I think I'm really leaning towards keeping her. I know I have too many boas, but she's really nice, this girl. There it is. Very faint jungle look to her. All right, here's one of my favorite snakes that I've produced of all time, to be honest with you. This is a Call Albino Sunglow. It's just got the hypo gene, the Call Albino gene. It's got jungle, motley, and it's 50% het leopard. So it's possible het leopard. I think it's het leopard, but you can see this, even though it's albino, you see this well-defined jungle line right here. See that? You can even see it in the albino. You've got the nice striped tail with the circles for the motley. And then there's a lot of other stuff going on because I think it's also het leopard, but you know, that we have to prove out still. He didn't breed last year, so hopefully he'll breed this year. But this boy is off the charts. Beautiful. I mean, he's one of my favorite, like I said, snakes I've ever produced. And anyone who says Call Albino isn't as good as Sharp, and I breed both, is out of their minds. If you get the right comment, look at this guy. This boy is nuts looking, and he's an adult. He was crazier when he was even a baby because all that yellow was all white. You know, that was just completely nutty looking. But I wanted to just show you guys this lateral line for the jungle, even in albinos. All right, there's the beautiful, beautiful hypo or super hypo crystal for sure. Very reduced labyrinth line. This is the super labyrinth, obviously, but usually you can see some pattern, but there it is. There's your jungle. There's that line, even though it's pink. You can see that pink line. So that's gonna be jungle. So this is jungle hypo or jungle super hypo labby. And we love our crystals. Here's one of my favorite snakes. You've seen her before. This is a jungle firehead VPIT positive. And once again, you can see that dotted line right here. And that's the jungle delineation. Now, she's got this stuff all over her body, but you can definitely see a line going along here all the way around. So once again, I've always had trouble identifying jungle. No one was ever able to give me this little or any tricks of the trade, and I want to thank Slav, my good friend Slav. He took the time out to go out of his way to help me out with some IDing and gave me this trick, and I didn't know it. And this, you know, we have to spread this information so that we can all know. It's a terrible thing to be able to produce babies and not know what they are, because you just don't know what the right markings are. Everyone always told me jungle was just, it's aberrant pattern, it changes color, you know, and head spears, but there's no definitive head spears, because if it's hypo jungle, it looks one way. If it's non-hypo, it looks another way. So this lateral line, even in albino, you can see it, and even in the crystals, you see it. It's pretty definitive. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're having a great Labor Day, relaxing, chilling out, and I hope this video helped you ID some of your babies and gives you a better understanding of how to ID that jungle gene. Now, how it exhibits itself still remains, you know, open to what other genes are there, but that seems to be one defining way you can absolutely identify whether it's in there or not, and that's important. It also can, you know, create a black outlining on the saddles and the tail. That's something else it can do, but it seems like that lateral line seems to be pretty universal in terms of across all different boa combinations. You'll see that lateral line. Look for it. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did and you like what you're seeing here and you like these videos, show us the love. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.